Hello, you're watching KPVN News. I'm Anh Tuấn and we keep you up to date with the headlines. Hanoi Capital Command receives citizens back from pandemic areas in Europe. Citizens required to submit health declaration. ASEAN promotes intra-bloc trade and investment. On March the 15th, the Hanoi Capital Command collaborated with functional agencies and units to receive Vietnamese citizens returning from Europe to take to quarantine areas. Shortly after entering the quarantine areas, these citizens have been arranged meals and accommodations. More to follow at the military school of Hanoi Capital Command.
Buses carrying citizens to quarantine area, while their personal belongings were disinfected by officers and soldiers at the school. Most of the quarantine cases are students and workers returning from countries such as the Netherlands, Poland, Germany or England. Before checking in, citizens had to undergo body temperature check, health declaration and regulation briefing. In this quarantine area, in addition to ensuring the basic living and recreational activity conditions, citizens' health is monitored daily by doctors and nurses. The quality of citizens' meals is also ensured in accordance with the standard and quantity of officers and soldiers of the unit. Any citizens showing signs of fever will be monitored closely and arranged in a separate quarantine room.
I find officers and soldiers here so enthusiastic and dedicated. They did not mind carrying our luggages and belongings. We are so thankful to them.
From March the 10th, all Vietnamese people are required to fill out health declaration via websites and on a mobile phone application and get themselves updated with the latest information about the COVID-19 pandemic. To date, access to these websites and mobile phone app has been stabled, allowing people to declare their health conditions and receive information anytime.
With only a few simple steps, people can declare their and their family members' health conditions. Amid the search of unverified information about the COVID-19 pandemic, official health declaration sites like this are where people place their trust in.
The Ministry of Health has launched these websites and an application in a timely manner to help us declare our health conditions. It is convenient because we don't have to go anywhere, just stay at home or at work and declare our health conditions.
Since the health declaration app was launched, residents in this building have been instructed on how to use it on their mobile phones. We've also raised residents' awareness and encouraged them to declare their health conditions to help the country effectively prevent the COVID-19 pandemic. There are currently 3 channels for people to declare their health conditions. They are the 2 websites sứckhoẻ.toàn dân.vn and khai-báo-y tế.vn and a smartphone app called nCoV. People can easily access these platforms and declare their health conditions in a few steps. People entering Vietnam from other countries can have a QR code scanned at airports to fill in required health information. As people declare their health conditions for pandemic prevention, their other health issues will also be checked and they'll receive useful advices. So I think that this is a great way to ensure health for the community. Using these websites and app is to practically contributing to pandemic prevention. For when we use them, we inform our health conditions and even report potential cases in the community, which will greatly assist pandemic prevention work. nCoV is topping the list of 3 apps on iOS and ranks the 5th in the similar list on Android. This is a positive sign that the people are collaborating with the government for timely pandemic prevention.
In response to the COVID-19 pandemic, Vietnam Airlines has recently built a backup operation center that will be out into service when needed to ensure stable flight operation in all cases. The carrier also says that it will carry out remote working methods, install a teleconference system, which allows workers to exchange without meeting face-to-face and hold meetings that take place simultaneously at various places to prevent cross-infection. Vietnam Airlines has also implemented measures to ensure health conditions for workers, like checking body temperatures at entries and requiring workers to wear face masks and use hand sanitizer at work. During the 14-day quarantine period, Vietnamese citizens who returned from COVID-19 hit areas have received dedicated care from military troops and medical staff. The dedication and warm sentiment of the soldiers has won the hearts of quarantined people. Let's admire beautiful images of Uncle Ho's soldiers through the diary of a citizen after she completed the quarantine period.
The 14-day quarantine period in Da Nang City. This sketch diary was drawn by Phạm Thị Hảo from Tuyên Quang Province during her quarantine period at a military unit in Da Nang City. Through her sketch diary, stories in the quarantine area, from dedicated care of soldiers to daily activities or private things, were vividly reflected. The author of the diary is almost 19 years old. We considered her as a relative. Before leaving the quarantine area, she found me to take a photo with her. Presented with the diary, Captain Võ Mai Bình, who was sketched by Hảo as Uncle Dinosaur in the diary, was so surprised. It was a special gift, a great source of encouragement for Bình and his comrades to best complete their task. It's a great source of encouragement for us to take better care of the people here. Regiment 971 Center for National Security Defense Education is one of the quarantine areas in Da Nang City. During the quarantine period, the people here receive wholehearted care and support from the soldiers.
During the 14-day quarantine period here, we are provided with favorable conditions to live comfortably.
We have had so many beautiful memories here. The soldiers are very helpful and kind.
I'm glad to meet the soldiers and new friends here. I'm so touched with the dedicated support and sentiments of the soldiers given to quarantine people.
During the quarantine period, these citizens have shown their high sense of responsibility to the society, while the soldiers have well completed their missions. Beautiful memories in the quarantine areas will forever linger on in the mind of each person.
Coming up next, ASEAN promotes intra-block trade and investments. Bình Định Province eyes to develop Hoài Nhơn Sech Mat brand. Promoting intra-block trade and investments for a cohesive and responsive ASEAN is one of Vietnam's 12 prioritized initiatives that was highly agreed by ASEAN economic ministers. Strengthening intra-block economy is expected to contribute to further improving ASEAN's participation in global and regional economic value chains.
ASEAN is currently the fourth largest economy in the world, with a total trade value of more than $700 billion. However, the intra-block trade only accounts for 23%, which is quite low compared to other regions. Therefore, at the 26th ASEAN Economic Minister Retreat, ASEAN ministers set their goals to double intra-block trade by 2025 and approve Vietnam's 12 prioritized initiatives on economic cooperation during ASEAN Chairmanship Year 2020, focusing on e-commerce, commodity trade, energy, information technology, agriculture, and sustainable development.
We fully support as well, and we commend Vietnam for choosing a very good theme, which is cohesive and responsive ASEAN.
The development of science and technology and fourth industrial revolution require ASEAN to find keys to creating the breakthrough of each ASEAN economy as well as the bloc. The cohesive ASEAN will help create goods that each member will benefit. That requires the enhancement of intra-bloc trade, linking manufacturing, trade and supply chain in the bloc to overcome non-tariff barriers.
In ASEAN trade policy, the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement plays an important role in intra-bloc trade growth. It is considered a high-quality trade agreement in reducing tariffs and liberalizing services to enter high-quality commercial markets.
So in August, we will have a workshop so that we can continue these discussions, and we are very much confident that Vietnam, as the next chairman in 2020, will continue this dialogue and project.
Building a common standard for goods among ASEAN countries, building ASEAN value chain, and investing in technology in the digital economy are the solutions to creating strong economic linkages within the bloc. These factors will further improve ASEAN's participation in global and regional value chains in the coming time.
Quảng Ngãi province is working with relevant agencies to accelerate the installation of cruise monitoring equipment on fishing vessels, which are at least 15 meters in length. The province is home to 3,354 fishing boats eligible to the equipment installation. Currently, among those, over 800 have completed the installation, accounting for 25%. Besides mass dissemination, relevant agencies have taken drastic measures to enforce the regulation on fishing vessels. Deadline for the equipment installation is April the 1st, as stipulated in the 2017 law on fishery. Saltwater intrusion in this year's dry season is predicted to come sooner and last longer than usual. For that reason, investors and contractors of Ninh Quế Lock Sluice project in Bạc Liêu province are accelerating the construction to complete it as soon as possible to timely control saltwater intrusion.
After 29 months of construction, the project has basically completed and can be put into operation to control saltwater intrusion. Once fully completed, the project, together with other irrigation works in the region, will distribute fresh water and control saltwater intrusion for agricultural land in Bạc Liêu, Sóc Trăng and Hậu Giang provinces, as well as serving aquaculture in Bạc Liêu province. Bạc Liêu Provincial People's Committee is asking the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development to propose a financial support of nearly $6.5 million for controlling saltwater intrusion to the government.
Coming to Hoài Châu Bắc Commune in Hoài Nhơn District, Bình Định Province, visitors can easily feel the hustle and bustle on the thatch mat trade. This traditional craft has been maintained for over 200 years and is now developed by over 500 local households.
The thatch mat weaving craft in Hoài Châu Bắc has existed for over 2 centuries. Currently, there are 5 villages specialized in making thatch mats. In the old days, all of the mats were made by hands that locals could only make a few of them each day. Now, to meet the increasing demand of the market, local artisans have applied machineries that help them complete a mat within 14 minutes. Thanks to good quality, Hoài Nhơn thatch mats are sold to many localities such as Phú Yên, Khánh Hòa, Ninh Thuận, Gia Lai and Đắk Lắk. We try to choose high-quality materials for making thatch mats. Then we will dye them. After that, the mats are dry in the sun to get the best color. According to the village elderly, thanks to good quality and longevity, Hoài Nhơn thatch mats are favored by customers. Quality of the local products is greatly attributed to the weaving thatch skills, passed down from generations to generation.
We have utilized the machineries to improve quality of our products.
Recently, many traditional craft villages are at risk of falling into oblivion, yet Hoài Nhơn thatch mat weaving is still thriving since locals are striving to promote and preserve this traditional craft. For 200 years, thatch mat weaving is not only a livelihood of local people, but also becomes a cultural identity of this land.
This is the end of the QPVN News today. Remember to watch our news again at qpvn.vn. Thank you for watching and goodbye for now.